Hello and welcome to the first David Expert product review that I've done in, well, several years. The product I'm reviewing is this, the Hatteker rechargeable hair clippers, model RFC-690. Precision and elegance, it says. I leave it to your own good judgment as to whether that is what my haircut is after using these. Not once, but twice now. We are starting to ease the pandemic lockdown restrictions here in the UK, but we've had about, well, it must be 9 weeks of lockdown, and the haircut I had before that was about 2 weeks before that. So yeah, as you can imagine, in the middle of lockdown, I needed my hair cutting. All the barbers were shut, so I thought, well, I'd better buy myself some clippers. These had very good reviews on Amazon, so I picked them up. They're not expensive, about £45, which I thought was a decent price. And they have so far proved to be exactly what I was hoping for. I needed something that I could just use very easily myself. These aren't being bought so that someone else can cut my hair for me. I'm alone on the boat and I just needed to be able to run them over my head and have it cut the hair easily, simply, and without really me being able to see what I was doing. I'm pleased to say these have lived up to the job. Let me start by showing you what you get in the box.
You get quite a lot in the package, actually. First of all, a simple instruction manual, just a few pages, which lists the contents and what they all are. There's also a comb, a brush to clean the clippers, and a little thing of oil. Then we get to the good stuff, starting with the clippers themselves. Battery compartment at the bottom, the clipping end at the top, a button to start and stop it, and a ring for adjusting blade height, which I'll show later. On the left there's an array of guide combs of different lengths. The longest is 22 to 24 mm, the shortest 3 mm. And there are two special heads, one for beards, one for precision trimming. These clip into the top of the device, which again I'll show later. You get a stand if you want the clippers permanently out in your bathroom or on a shelf or something. That's a USB adapter for the UK mains, though any USB supply will do. A spare battery is included, which is nice. It means one can be on charge while the other one is in use. That's a guide comb, which is adjustable in 1 mm increments as you turn the dial. And that's a protective cap or thinning guide comb. Plus you get a little pouch to keep the trimmer in. Here's the charging cable, USB at one end and a figure of 8 connector at the other. They really should have made this micro USB at the battery end. That would have been more sensible than something proprietary.
What's it like in use then? Well, this main unit is reassuringly substantial. It is plastic. Yeah, it's definitely plastic. But it's got a reasonable heft and weight to it, what with its little motor and the battery, and it's quite grippable. It's of a decent size, so you can either use it like that for scooping up at the hair, or you can use it in a little more like a precision bit for doing the back. Certainly I found it quite easy. These guide blades, and I used the longest guide blade. I didn't want to be a skinhead or anything, so I put on the, I think it's a 22 to 24, and frankly I wouldn't have wanted to go any shorter actually. If anything I could do with a slightly longer one, but it was fine. And they just click, oops, I say they just click on, they do if you get both sides in. There we go, that is now clipped on. Press the start button and gives you a little readout of how much battery life you've got left in the device. It takes about 2 hours to charge and then gives you up to 150 minutes of run time. Quite quiet, as you can hear, and once it's running, just have at thee, go at it. I started by doing the front sort of up towards the middle, then I took it that way, leaned over and did the back, up towards the middle, up and over, and then the sides. Obviously took my glasses off for the sides, and all sort of converging towards the middle, and then that was fine. Then you just pull the clipper off and you're left with a more precision tool, for which I went round my ears like the barbers do. And all was good. Well, I think all was good anyway. I was certainly very pleased with the results. You've got this adjustable dial on the body itself, which is changing. I don't know if it'll even be visible there, but it's changing the height of this plastic bit with respect to the metal bit. and it's the plastic bit that jiggles back and forth, so as you make it shorter or longer, it's giving you a shorter or longer blade for when you're using it in that mode, although presumably if you extend it and then put the clipper side on, which I now suddenly can't do now that I'm trying to do it, there we go, that would give you even longer, I guess, on the guide blades as well, and that's the setting I used it on when I cut my hair for the first time. But there's all sorts of different combinations. I mean, if you don't want to use those guide blades, you've got this thing that clips on, and you can literally turn it in millimetre increments from 3 to 8 millimetres. And then, as I say, you've got the beard trimmer and the extra precision trimmer. Now, these two are slightly different. They don't clip on like the guide blades. These two, as you can see, have a bit of stuff on the back. And you push out, I don't know if this will... there we go, you just push that one out. And then these ones slot in. Click. Very easy. And when you're done with that, push it out and put the original one back in. Just put it in like that and click. And it clicks into place. But as I say, I am really pleased with this. I thought it was a reasonable price. It's quiet. Battery life is certainly excellent. I've cut my hair on it twice and I took quite a while to do it. Still got 90% charge. It cuts perfectly easily. It's of a manageable size and it felt controllable. You know, it wasn't so light or so heavy as to be awkward. So all in all, I am pretty pleased with this and I concur with the Amazon reviews. If you would like to get hold of one, I have left a link to it on Amazon in the video description below. It is an affiliate link, which means I get a tiny commission if you should buy one after clicking on that link, but it doesn't cost you any more to do so. So I hope that was useful. If you are looking to cut your own hair, this does a decent job. Oh, I tell you what I did forget to mention. You know it came with a spare battery. I'll just show you. You just unscrew at the bottom. Unscrew, unscrew, unscrew. And then the battery just comes out. And you've got these 3 blobs on the end that go in the front. And then you've got that bit on the bottom that you charge with. The battery is notched, so you cannot put it in the wrong way. It won't go. Only if you put it in the right way. Whoosh, and it's slightly spring-loaded. So then you just screw the end on again, and away you go. And it is nice they give you a second battery as well. I think that's a nice little touch. So there we go. That is the Hatteker RFC-690 hair clippers with the David Expert thumbs up seal of approval. Thanks for watching. Any comments, questions, leave them down below. Cheerio.